Okay, well, I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad your crew is safe, Richard. Thank you so much for checking in. I bet you couldn't believe that you were seeing this huge truck trying to get in a TV station.
This was an insane experience. It was insane.
Now we hope everyone makes it out safely. Thank you so much, Richard, for talking with us today, and be safe.
Thank you.
All right, so ARC was doing the landscaping around Channel 2 there, had a crew there, and Richard saw what happened. Again, police, we just saw on some of the video, as Richard was talking about, more police officers arriving on scene. Again, this is a tactical barrier situation. That is sort of the official terminology for what's happening inside WMAR Channel 2 right now. They have an individual who rammed a truck inside, was screaming things, according to witnesses, that he is God, and now that individual is somewhere in that building.
And Mary, let me, we have sound from Elise Armacost on exactly that. We do not know exactly what was being said. Here's Elise with Baltimore County Police.
I know, obviously there were a lot of witnesses to this, so you're going to hear a lot of comments about what he said. We're not confirming anything that he said at this point. This is still a wide open, active investigation. The focus right now is on finding this person. We have not found him. We don't know who he is. We don't have any information about who he is. We certainly don't have any information about what his motive is.
And Mike Halgren also saying that he's speaking with parents adjacent to WMAR at St. Pius. We've been telling you that the school is on lockdown, but the Archdiocese has been very vocal with the parents, and the students are okay, but still parents at the school are telling him that this is a nightmare. And as parents, we can relate. This is a very scary situation.
Yes, school's still on lockdown as we look at our live pictures from Sky Chapter 13 over Channel 2. Right there in the entrance, right between those trees, is where the truck was rammed through just the front entrance. Again, just glass doors there, a double set. Opens into a really big, nice lobby with stairs that go upstairs to the second floor, which mainly has the sales department, some of the special projects department. The head of commercial production was talking about that a little bit. But there are offices up there for sure, and that's where we had heard police believe he could be, but no confirmation yet.
It's also very interesting, the coverage of this as well. As you can imagine, all of WMAR, this is an incredibly large story, a huge story, and their reporters have all been evacuated, and all of their reporters that are on their night team have been told not to come in. All employees, sales department employees, creative services staff, everyone has been told just to get out and make sure that they're safe, call their families, let them know that they are safe, but they are not allowed to go into the building. So I would imagine that a lot of the information that they're getting, they are hearing from us here on WJZ.
Absolutely, and WJZ's Mike Halgren continues to report live from the scene for us today along York Road. We're going to join him now. Mike?
Mary, I was just talking to some parents of students at St. Pius. A lot of them have gathered here. Some of them came, right when they heard the news that the school was on lockdown. And even though they know that their children are safe, they're watching all this unfold. And again, without giving too much away on the tactical end of this, they are watching things happening outside the building. And one of them said it's just a nightmare to her. She knows her son is safe, but she just wants to be able to hold him in her arms. Because they are just worried about what could happen. Others have said that they're confident the school has good security, but they're here because they want to be reunited with their children as soon as this is all over here. And as far as what we can tell you about the perspective here on York Road, it remains closed at this point. We're continuing to see more officers on the scene. We're also seeing some activity outside the building as they try to bring this to some sort of an end. But as we've been telling you at this point, they are still looking for this person who is at large right now, and that is the danger. And we'd heard Elise Armacost say earlier in the press conference that they're unsure whether he's armed at this point, that they had no reports of shots fired. However, they do believe he's dangerous. Anyone who would take a truck like this this and just ram into the front of the television station. I mean, you know, there's danger there. They're not sure of the motive at this point, why the person would do this. But again, you've got a number of people who are very concerned. Here outside the Drum Castle Center, a lot of people have gathered, including parents from that school, who just want to hold their children.
And Mike, you know, we've covered many barricade situations before. Police are incredibly methodical about how they deal with these situations. Describe to me how they really go square by square, room by room.
I mean, first of all, you know, they're trying to gather as much intelligence as they can. I'm sure they've talked to a number of those people who were inside Channel 2 to try to figure out exactly where that person might have gone. I mean, you also heard police say that although 55 people had been evacuated safely, there still could be some people inside the building who are sheltering in place at this moment. So, you know, they want to make sure that they find this guy, and so that involves going, you know, exactly on every floor, in every room of this building. We have seen a number of heavily armed police, you know, here on the scene. I mean, they have to, as you said, look through every square inch. That's what they did at the Columbia Mall after the shooting there. Go store by store. In this case, this is a rather large building, has a basement, first floor, second floor. They have to not just go through the newsroom, but all these other rooms, make sure, see what they can find. I mean, that person is likely inside the building right now. They're going to find that person somewhere. They don't know whether that person is armed, and again, they don't know whether there are any other employees or anyone else in the building who has sheltered in place.
Correct, and maybe there's a negotiation in the future. We don't know. All right, Mike, stand by.
We don't know the motive. We don't know if there are any demands. Yeah.
Correct. We're going to read an email if we continue to look at Sky Chopper 13 pictures live over Channel 2 right now. This email was sent from the principal at St. Pius, Maggie Dates, to all parents, and it pertains to the dismissal that will happen today. And her email says, at this time, St. Pius School is still on lockdown. We continue to communicate with Baltimore County Police and the Archdiocese of Baltimore. All of the students and staff continue to be safe. We are coordinating with the police to plan for dismissal. There will be no aftercare today because we need to have all students and staff dismissed while the police are able to assist with this. Because York Road continues to be shut down, we will be dismissing via Overbrook Road, the one-way street to the north of St. Pius, again, Overbrook Road. We are asking if your child's last name begins with A through L, that you try to arrive beginning at 2:30. So again, if your child's name begins with A through L, you arrive beginning very soon at 2:30. If your child's last name begins with an M through Z, we ask that you plan to arrive beginning at 3 p.m. We know that travel time is necessary, and we will continue to keep all students safe until someone arrives to pick them up. When you drive onto Overbrook near St. Pius, please look for the police car and await instructions. The police are going to assist with the dismissal. Once you arrive, your student will be called to come down to you. Please do not get out of your car. Do not try to come to the school. This will slow down dismissal. The police will be here to assist with this, but this will require the patience and understanding of all. We will be calling students as you arrive. This will enable us to keep everyone safe and to dismiss. And Jessica, I know as when we were covering live coverage of the shooting at the Columbia Mall, this is yet another incident where we'll go home tonight and all these parents will have to talk to their kids about this incident, this individual, and what's happened. And they'll review safety procedures in and around the school, of course. And I just saw something from Lamont Williams. He's a photographer, a photojournalist, really, at Channel 2. He said Channel 2 management, Baltimore County Police and Fire drilled evacuation steps into our heads. It became muscle memory. Make sure your workplace has one. Most do.
Okay, we're going to go now to, we spoke with Elise Armacost just a short time ago, and we should tell you, too, that they are preparing to do another media briefing shortly. And, of course, we'll bring you more updated information as soon as that comes in. But let's check back in. We had an interview with Elise Armacost. She's with Baltimore County Police, and here's what she had to say.
When our officers got here and found that this subject was not in the vehicle, and then they heard that he may be inside, they dispatched a tactical barricade situation. That's where we are now.
Okay, we also want to tell you, we saw the robot going in just a short time ago, which is a robot that can be used for barricade situations. And basically, it has a camera that helps take the unknown out of the equation, so to speak. The police can actually see what is going on in there, who is in there. Now, this is a little bit different than a bomb disposal robot, which we did see. We were watching the robots going into the Columbia Mall, and we keep referring to this because this wasn't that long ago, and Mary and I were sitting up here giving you the information as it came available. But it's police basically have an eye in there where the robot can go around, tell them what is going on or how many people, and give them a better idea as to what kind of force is necessary. Is the suspect or suspects armed? What is going on? What kind of next steps do they need to take in this situation? So we did see that robot go in just a short time ago, and those robots are increasingly being used in these barricade situations.
And hopefully they're helping police knock out some of the rooms and clear it and then make their way to the suspect who is somewhere inside the building. We heard from Jamie Costello, who's an anchor at WMAR. He said, you know, we were attacked today. He also said that a coworker was the one who saw a suspect run upstairs after coming in. And if you know the layout of the building, right through those front entrances, the stairs upstairs go right there.
And we're going to go live again to the ground where Mike Helgren is standing by. Mike, what's the latest?
Well, Jessica, again, we are watching and waiting at this point, along with a number of other people out here, especially parents from the Pius School. I mean, if we can look behind me, I don't know if you can see there, Bob, but if you can show where the school is, you can see there's the school sign is right adjacent to Channel 2 there. And so there are a lot of parents, you know, just wanting to get in touch with their children. As we've told you, that they're safe, but they just want this to all be over, and I'm sure a lot of people at Channel 2 do as well. As far as the perimeter, not much has changed in the past 45 minutes when they had expanded it several blocks up York Road. They're stopping anyone from, we've seen a number of people trying to walk down York Road and get closer to the scene. They're stopping any of that happening, and we're continuing to see, you know, more police arrive here at the scene as they try to get a handle on this and try to figure out exactly where this person is inside the building. As when I talked to you last week, we talked a little bit about what they might be doing inside. I mean, this is a very large building. They've got to go room by room and make sure that you know, that not only those people sheltering in place are safe, but they've also got to try to find this person. They don't know what his motives are. They don't know if he's armed, and that is a big danger here. And obviously, the person is dangerous if he's going to be ramming a truck into the front of Channel 2 here. But we're watching and waiting and continuing to monitor the situation in front of Channel 2, which has not changed significantly in at least the past 45 minutes or so.
That's right, Mike.
Mike,